When you head outside St. John Fisher University to the Victor E. Salerno Center for American Enterprise and head towards Parking Lot D, you will soon approach the Douglas fir. The scientific name for the Douglas fir is Pseudotsuga menziesii. Douglas firs have a rich name history. Their scientific name has actually changed 21 times. This is because the tree has brought much confusion to scientists due to its unique features. Douglas firs are conifer evergreens, meaning they produce seeds in cones rather than in flowers, and they keep their green needles year-round. The Douglas fir pine cones are very unique. They have 3 pointed brackets sticking out of their cones, and they hang down from the tree rather than standing up. When seeds are produced, they have a single wing that helps them get dispersed by the wind. As for the Douglas fir needles, they are easily identifiable. They come in singles, they stick out in all directions, and they are typically 1 to 1.5 inches in length. In terms of color, the needles are almost always dark green. Another interesting unique feature is when the needles are crushed, they often give off a sweet fragrance. Right outside the Skolny Welcome Center, you will find the blue spruce. The Douglas fir is sometimes referred to as a spruce tree, but I will explain why it was eventually given its own species name. Spruce and fir trees have their needles attached individually to the branches. To tell spruce and fir trees apart, it helps to know that spruce needles are sharply pointed and they are easy to roll between your fingers. Fir needles, like those on a Douglas fir, are softer, flat, and they cannot be rolled between your fingers. The big difference between spruce and Douglas fir pine cones is that spruce trees do not produce pine cones with 3 pointed brackets like you saw with the Douglas firs. The needles shown here are from a white fir, which is a true fir species. The key difference between these needles and those of a Douglas fir is that white needles grow much longer and are a white bluish color. These are the white fir pine cones. They are very different from the Douglas fir pine cones in that they are very plain looking and they grow in clusters at the tops of trees. The Douglas fir is a really interesting species, and after many years of confusion, I am glad that this species finally has its own proper name.